welcome back to the channel. And today I'm gonna teach you guys a routine called THAR, which I kind of like composed it a few videos back. You can go check it out, links in the description. And as also I'm gonna be doing a deck review on the Tragic Royalty playing cards. Now these playing cards are probably not the best, but they're kind of funny looking, so that's why I picked them up. So yeah, let's look what's inside. So I'm gonna open them, and inside this deck you are going to find all of 52 cards, including 2 jokers with 2 extra cards. One of them is a ad card, one that is in, I don't know, is it French? Yeah, it's French. The other one is in English. Alright. Another is one that has the normal backing, like this one, and the other with another back. So it's kind of like a little joke. I want to try to demonstrate for you. So I'm gonna stop whenever you want to stop. Say like this. The use of this card is actually quite useful. Now say, alright, I'm gonna take this 3 of hearts and I'm gonna put it somewhere between the deck, just like this. And I'm gonna spread the deck, and you are going to find one white card right there. Out of all these red cards would be your 3 of spades. That's how you use it. And you can say, oh, all you gotta do is just wave it and it turns back to red. So yeah, that's the kind of use of it. I won't be teaching this here because it probably seems obvious. And obviously, let's get started to THAR. Now to get started, you're going to need 3 decks. One is going to be your play deck. The second deck, actually the second one is only like a card. It's probably like this. If you don't know what this card is, this is actually an Angle Z Gaff card by the Remedies, by Schneider and Madison. This and another deck that is right in the pocket or whatever for deck switch. Later, I'm gonna do the first part first. So the first part is easy. Wait, hold on. Actually, you need this type of card, but it's not like this. Wait, let me find a better example. And boom! Yeah, that's it. Now the difference between these two, I think you can particularly see what the difference is. Is torn at the right corner, but the piece is placed differently. Instead of placing it at the bottom, I'm placing it on the top. I'll tell you why in a sec. This card, we don't really need it because if you want to make one of these cards, all you gotta do is, if you're right-handed, then peel the right side of the card with the back facing towards you. Right side, use some double-sided sticky tape and stick it on the top there. If you're left-handed, it's just the exact opposite and put it like right here, right beside it. Alright. Now this card, bear in mind this card, this corn torner and the torn corner, torn corner, and this corner will be facing towards you, which will be directed towards you, and the rest of this deck will go on top, just like that. Now all you gotta do is spread. Now obviously you don't want to spread too much until you show the back of it. This is a secret for later. Now if they say, oh, I want to check the deck, you say, alright, go ahead and check it. All you gotta do is have a break beneath that card, just like this. And all you gotta do is just cop it and then give it to them. And they're copying it. So once they finish checking it, you can just take it and let's put it back here. Just like this. Now once they finish doing it, once they finish checking the cards, now there's one thing you have to bear in mind. This card is the Ace of Diamonds, which means that I have to use the Ace of Diamonds of this deck and force it to the participant. In the video, I did say the participant get to think of any card they want. It's a method used with the advocate. If you don't know what an advocate is a device that helps you to find cards from another deck easier to your own play deck easily, but I'm not gonna reveal it because it's private, it's confidential. It needs to be bought so that you know what it is. So this is just the easy version. Bear in mind. So I'll repeat again. One of another deck of cards with the random card torn and placed on the beside of the torn missing corner, and place that torn corner over here right beside the missing corner. Take that card, missing corner and torn corner towards you, and the rest of the deck on top, and look at the value of the card first with the torn corner, and then decide which, and then look into the deck and decide which one you want to force it onto. Now, which force do you want to do? I don't really recommend, but I really do like this force. It's called a slip force. It was taught by Shin Lim, I remember, on AGT or something like this. So basically, you riffle the deck, and they can see stop anywhere they want. Then you take these three fingers. You're gonna press it against the top card, and when you pull up right here at this corner, you're actually gonna pull that card down. And to avoid suspicion, you just tap the deck, and then you just give them the card, which is exactly the top card. Now there are different forces. That's one of them. If you want to re-watch how it's done again, just replay the video. Here is a different force. Or if you know the classic force, you can do it. I honestly don't like to use the classic force. The classic force is basically you just put it somewhere in the middle like this, and then you hold a break between it, and then you just spread through the cards and tell your participant to touch any card. And when their hand is coming, you just time it right that it hits that force card. Basically, it's just like that. I think that's a stupid idea. I prefer the slip force at either how, nonetheless. So all you gotta do is riffle, three fingers over here, pull the top card down, tap twice or once is okay, then give them that card. And then tell them, alright, you look at it, you and the audience look at it. Now they're gonna remember, they're gonna see the ace of diamonds. No joke. And once they do, I'm gonna ask them to basically return it to the deck. Now, there's two ways of doing this. If you know the squeeze shift, which is basically like this, I'm trying to expose it right here. So this is what the squeeze shifts look like. You take that ace of diamonds, you put it somewhere in the middle, like right here. Alright, then you go ahead and take that card and squeeze it to the bottom so that it is underneath that gaff card. And then all you gotta do is just cut the deck and then go to that card which has the torn corner and review as the ace of diamonds. I'll redo the review later. I'll teach you how to do the revelation. But there's another variety which I think would be much better and less risk. I would ask, after they finish looking at the card, I would ask them to place it on top and then invite them to cut the pile. Now, I invite them to cut the pile, not touch it. So there might be a 30% chance that they're gonna take the deck and they're going to cut the shit out of the deck. But which I hate the most, because when they get the deck in their hands, they're gonna feel that this bottom card is weird, which is obviously a secret. We don't want them to know it. So I would ask them to just cut this deck into another pile. So they're gonna take it and they're gonna be like, drop it. Ask them to cut the deck into another pile. So basically, cut here, After they cut here, okay, then you say, okay, stop. And I'm gonna put the rest of this. Remember to not hold the back side of this because there's one missing corner here. Remember to hold the middle or the front is also possible. Putting it on top and then squeezing it together. And then the revelation, you're not going to spread it out. No. Instead, you're going to riffle it from the front. Now I'm going to teach you how to riffle this. So you see this diversion, there's a center part. So your thumb is going to be placing on this sword, if you can see, on this diamond, I think. So you're going to put your thumb on that diamond, and then you're going to riffle it. When you do, you're going to see that different card. Now, the reason why, if you're making this gaff card, put it by the side of the missing corner, it's because if you put it, I'll give you an example. If you put it like this, it's obvious they're going to see it. They're going to see right through it because there's actually no clean face to that card. I don't know if you know what that means, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to continue. So you're going to take it, you're going to riffle, and bear in mind not to review that torn corner. So basically, to prevent that was exactly what I teach you. Put it closer to that participant, over half of it. And you're gonna do this. Now they're gonna see it once, and you say, "Okay, do you find something odd there?" They're gonna say yes. Then you're just gonna riffle again until you see that card. All right. You're gonna take the entire packet on top of that card. You're going to pull back a bit, and then with your middle finger here, with some friction, you are going to push it forward. Now they're going to think this card is completely clean, because mainly they don't see the torn corner yet, or the missing corner. So from this point onwards, you can then show that it is the ace of diamonds cleanly, but not cleanly yet because you have a missing corner. So from here, this is the move that I personally like the most, but it's very risky. You are going to take that card like this, which personally I kind of like it. Oh yeah, one more thing. When you push this, don't push over the edge until they see a torn corner. Just probably 1/3 should be enough. 1/3. Now from this point of view, you're going to see that ace of diamonds. And what you're going to do is your right hand, your pinky is going to connect with this side of the card. So basically you're just doing this, right? So your right hand, your pinky starts to connect with that corner, that non-index corner, as you can see. Then as it goes up, obviously the torn corner is shown first. So what I would do is I would go, and as I go about 1/4 of its journey, my fingers, these 3 fingers, except for the pinky, are going to close a little. So it's actually a very beautiful moment, which looks like a normal playing card if done fast enough. So this is what it's like in slow motion. This is what it looks like in slow motion. Alright? This is what it looks like normal speed. Alright? Now you can put the deck down. You can even spread it, whatever you want. Now is the easiest part to play. You've got the corner here. Alright? All you gotta do is don't show the back. Don't show the back yet. You're gonna show like this with your fingers covered over here. And it's basically angle Z. If you know Daniel Madison, then you should watch his angle Z tutorial, also called as an impossible object. But this one, I'm going to teach you briefly how to do it. So then your left hand is going to come here and grab the side of this card. And I'm going to make tearing noises with the paper that is left over here, if you can see. So I'm going to make noise with that. A bit of noise. To make it sound realistic. And kind of like bend it to make sure that you know that you're tearing it. So then until that last corner, when it looks like you've teared that card, you're gonna pull it. You're gonna take that. They think it's a corner, but it's not. It's empty. So you're gonna tear it. You're gonna take it, and without showing the back, you can put this in your pocket or whatsoever. Alright, just don't show the back. You can put it behind your back, showing it one last time before putting it to your back. There are various methods to do, but the riskiest one is to asking them to hand over their hand, and then you just place the card in their hands and tell them to like slam it, and then they'll be like, oh, suddenly, oh my god, that's magic. It's risky, but it's also a great idea, because mainly if they see it, then like, oh, then you can be like, oh, the transformation is complete, which I like about it the most. What I did in the video was I put it behind my back, and then this evaporates as this comes back right here. So all of it is just the setup and how you behave. Don't rush it, you know. Like after they made that cut, right? Don't be like, do you see anything odd? No? Okay, let me see, go so again. Wait. Do you see that? Okay, go see that. See, it's the ace of diamonds, right? You can see, right? So I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna don't rush. It is a vital and important element to not rush while performing a magic trick. So this is going to, it's the same. It's going to be like this, and then you can maybe like give them this, and then you can put it here. And you can mainly focus on this hand by misdirecting them, making movements, and then you can slowly make it disappear as quickly as you turn this over, so they're gonna see like, wow. So that is the one method that I would prefer, and the other one would be the spectator holding it. If they found out and they want to turn over, you just say, okay, the transformation is complete. You can check the playing card. Now this would be my take on the THAR Part 1. This tutorial will be taking too long, so I'm splitting it into parts. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3 maybe Part 2 only. So as usual, hit the subscribe button, like the video. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. And what else? Yeah, just watch my previous videos if you haven't. The previous video that I sent, I remember the Humble Beginnings one. That one was, I edited that 3 years ago? No, 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. At the start of 2020, I think. Yeah, January 2020. I remember it still. So at that time, I don't have much playing cards as usual. Now I have a bunch of them. Not to be a show off, but you know, times have changed between that time. So yeah, have a nice day and goodbye.